everyone, and welcome to your IR4 Fourth Industrial Revolution podcast here on Patreon. Thank you so much for being a supporter and for watching this. If you're watching this, this is a free Tuesday coin market update. So just going to look over the broader markets pretty much for everyone out there who has internet access, either on a YouTube video or any other place that you're tracking down information. But if you get the chance, hop over to patreon.com/IndustrialRev4. Click that, become a patron, and get content every single day that increases your brain capacity. Let's go chat Bitcoin, BTC, USD, and I'm pretty excited about this. Again, I think she's coiling. I'm pumped to see what ends up happening. This is a nice little support down here, and like I mentioned, one of two things. I personally think we're going to accumulate a little bit more, and we trade sideways a little bit more. We could easily break down. But as we break down, I think some good support will be at this 60,000, 5,900 price. And then could we break that price? Absolutely. If we do, things will get kind of hairy there for a while, and they're going to trade down a little bit lower. But if that does not occur, we can actually hold this price level and do something like this, and then eventually kind of break out of this downtrend. That's going to be the big test of exactly how strong this trend is and how long it lasts, is if at some point we can start breaking out of this red down trend line that's really holding us. And you could even say that we could do something like this. There's almost kind of two of them. This is a little bit more of the aggressive one right there. But overall, it's going to be something pretty close to those two lines. And anyway, just interested to see exactly what happens. But based on the weekly chart, here's where I'm looking at potentially snagging some longer term positions of Bitcoin. Again, this does look like a flag pattern to me. Looks like we're going to go lower. So just something to keep in mind. It is certainly possible that that occurs. Here's Ripple, and Ripple over here on Kraken looks pretty similar. So a lot of the coins look similar. Now the one that is very interesting is on Bittrex Verge Bitcoin. So Verge Bitcoin, if you're playing some Verge right now, you're getting some very nice pops off of that 200 symbol. This one has been just an absolute monster. So going from about 30 cents or 0.000374 to about 0.12, that's a 400% gain, ladies and gentlemen, right there on your Bitcoin holdings. I mean, that is massive, massive move. So if you bought one Bitcoin worth of Verge, which is a lot of Verge, by the way, off the 200 or kind of near that area, I mean, that was a really nice move. That's one that we've been tracking. Looked at it last Saturday, which again, this is Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday. That's when we looked at it last. I mentioned a break above the high wave candle right here would kind of see some good bullish momentum and some movement. So anyway, that's Verge Bitcoin on a nice little tear. And if we're looking at Tron, so also we could look at Tron Bitcoin also on Bittrex, and just kind of zoom in here. This is the daily charts, and again, we got a little bit of a pretty decent poppage not too long ago. Right here, it's a good volume. So as long as we don't take out that low, again, this volume level, it seems to me that we could actually probably trade, chop around for a decent amount. But zooming into the hourly time frame is really where this candle is going to be closing here in about 3 minutes, I believe. If we hop in here to this hourly chart, so hourly, you can see we're above nicely the long-term moving averages. There's some really pretty decent resistance right about here. So we'll see if that can break out and what it ends up doing, but I would say you can kind of keep your eyes on that one as well. Here's EOS XBT on Kraken, and here's the daily chart, and again, it's actually doing pretty well against the 100. So it didn't get all of my fill on EOS XBT that I would like to have. I see my two buy orders. This is a Fibonacci retracement right here, pulled down this really nice 61.8% retracement level of this primary wave, and I was hoping it would maybe wick down to the 200, but it didn't quite get down there. So again, this is a nice little move, about a 35-40% gain on a Bitcoin holding, just trading your EOS. Now obviously Bitcoin has to gain value for that to really matter, but even if Bitcoin stays around the $7,000 mark, but you are increasing your holdings of Bitcoin by 10% every other 2 weeks, that's going to slowly start adding up, right? Even if Bitcoin does stagnate and trade sideways for a while. So that's that, as they say. Here's Stellar XBT. This is the daily chart. We're pretty flat on Stellar Bitcoin, but here's USD This is over here on Kraken, and it's just really pretty nice little triangle pattern that we formed here. Something that looks like this. And I would love to see some good breakouts out of here. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but we will see. Time will tell. We'll see if we can kind of pull back lower and figure out exactly how this move actually ends up happening. But here's Dash. So we're looking at Dash Bitcoin. So Dash also hanging out, looking like it's going to try to make it to this 0.03 mark. It's going to take some time for it to get down there, but it looks like it's trying. And then here's Dash USD over here on Kraken, and this is also on the daily chart. So this one too is still just hanging out. Big boy Ethereum, ETH, USD over here on Coinbase, up 4% at a very, very pivotal spot. And I love this spot for a bounce. I'm really hoping it does. And if at any point we can close above 451, that would pretty much seal the deal that we at least get a little bit of a bounce back up to the 530 region. So there's the candle just closing for the day on this market. So we'll see if we can break above higher. And yeah, again, a close realistically above his price, 448, something like that. We should see a decent move, because this is a very, very steep crash on Ethereum, and this would at least help it trading down to that trend line, pretty strong area. So I can see it go back up to, like I said, low fours or something like that. Litecoin, not doing all that much at the present moment in time. Here's LTC, and again, it's hanging out to 50 on the weekly. So I'm interested to see what happens. It looks like most of the market looks like we're going to break lower and continue a little bit lower, at least for the major pairs at the present moment. And we'll just have to see how that transpires and what that ends up doing. But realistically, if it does start breaking lower, things are going to get pretty hairy for a while. But eventually, I could see the top main coins that really do present big blockchain solutions, that really do present opportunities for accredited investors and investors that know how to take advantage of the space and the technology and the information and the value that they provide. I'm really interested to see exactly those solutions on those blockchains and how these major coins can represent a good trading opportunity. So we shall see what transpires from here. But anyway, that's your update for this Tuesday for free. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. And again, appreciate all of your support. You are all fantastic people. Continue subscribing to the IR4 podcast. And there's more than that awesome content coming your way on Thursday. You guys are amazing. Until then, until next time, love life, live life, trade. Bye.